places. And so am I.
Trust me, this is your hormones talking.
Out of my way, Mother. I'm letting him in.
No, I'll do it. Go back to bed. Go on.
As 1969, 2 missionaries were killed and eaten. To outsiders, this may seem a land of fear and terror, but it is home to the people called the Yali. On a hillside of Moon Mountain is the Yali village of Wabari. The men are teaching their sons a lesson in warfare. One group pretends to trespass in the village's garden. The villagers shout at them to leave their garden alone. They send 2 of their own men to mark out their boundaries with plants. Women and children watch on as the invaders refuse to leave. In time, war ensues. The lesson is taken very seriously. If this death was real, it could have started a cycle of violence continuing for years. The victims would have been eaten. Cannibalism has been practiced by many of the Yali people, such as the village chief, Selbiana's Kabak.
Eating rat, bird, or pig meat is not as delicious as eating human flesh. Once I ate part of the liver of a man called Kolumbak. These people had killed my uncle, and Kolumbak was killed in revenge. I was given his liver to eat, so I ate it. Usually, a body was cut up using a special knife, rubbed with magical substances. Then we would eat it. The head would be wrapped into leaves from a fig tree and roll around while men shoot reed arrows into it. Then it would be eaten too. Human bones were not eaten because they might cause our mouths to get cut. We believe a cut would signify that someday the enemy will return to kill our people, so we burn the bones instead. A man was killed while returning home. He was killed in the forest and left to rot there. To revenge his death, we sang a song. It went like this. The marsupial, who is rotting alone in the forest, hears the sound of people from above as well as from below. What we meant was, may those people who killed him, may they also rot alone in the forest too. When a person is killed like that, his soul leaves his physical body. But by using pig's fat in a special ceremony, we can escort that soul back to its home.
Yos is 30 years old and was born here in the village of Wabare. Everyone is helping him build a hut of his own. Yos was married once before, but he is now looking for a new wife. Yos is eager to find the right woman. By this, he means a woman that will make him a good wife. Once he finds her, he will have to work to convince her family of his suitability. He will also have to pay them a large bride price.
We consider a woman to be a good wife if she is of good character and if she works hard at planting crops, weeding gardens, raising pigs, chopping firewood, and she must listen well. She must bear children and raise them well. My father's advice was that since I was born in Wabare, and because my family was originally from Wabare village, I should marry someone from here and not from another village. I have decided to carry out my father's wishes. So I'm building a hut for my future wife and children.
The village will make Yos's hut from these pavi tree planks. They won't need to replace the wood for at least 4 years. The entire village is pulling together to create a future home for Yos's wife and children. Any boys they may have will sleep here with their mothers and sisters until the age of 11, when they will finally move to the men's hut. The violence and aggression in Yali culture is sometimes explained by the fact that young boys grow up in this intimate association with their mothers without any contact with or influence from male elders. The men are happy to help Yos, as they too will need help in building homes for their own wives and in securing a bride price settlement. They put the final touches to the framework while other villagers have left to collect the palm leaves to cover the roof. Their own wives and in securing a bride price settlement. Yos's choice for a future wife must come from a different family clan. She will be much younger than him, as girls normally marry at around the age of 12. Yos has decided that he wants to marry Huluhe. He likes her, but he must still convince her family to allow her to marry him. Huluhe likes Yos and thinks he would make a good husband. Her mother has her own views about the qualities that make a good Yali husband.
A good husband is one who always loves me, always fulfills my needs, and doesn't get angry. A bad husband is lazy, doesn't love his wife, gets angry easily, and always hits his wife. My first son-in-law is a good husband because he never gets angry and never beats his wife. But my second son-in-law is not a good husband because when his wife was in late pregnancy, he didn't have sympathy for her and often got angry and hit her. We Yali women at first always think about our parents, but as we spend more time with our husbands and eat the food that he cooks, what happens over time is that our heart becomes tied to our husband. And as women, we have to swallow our pride and serve our husband well.
That night, Yos sleeps in the men's house. Single men and married men whose wives are pregnant, breastfeeding or menstruating sleep here. The Yali say it is bad for men to spend too much time around women. Sometimes the married men will only sleep with their wives for a few hours before returning to the men's hut. Others will stay till dawn. The next day, Huluhe's family have left the village to turn a hillside into a new garden. They rarely work the garden alone for fear of attacks from enemy villages. This woman is carrying her one-year-old son in her net bag. To ease hard work, the Yali improvise songs of complex parts and harmonies. The Yali diet mainly consists of vegetables. Their gardens are planted with yams, taro, bananas, sugarcane, squash, corn, manioc and tobacco. Both men and women work in the gardens, although rarely in the same area. Yos is keen to impress Huluhe's family. He wants them to see how hard he can work and what a good son-in-law he would be. If they feel that he is a bad gardener, then they might refuse the marriage. With everyone's help, the jungle hillside has been transformed into a domesticated garden. That evening, Huluhe's family prepares dinner. Fire-heated stones are placed in the ground to make an earth oven. This is the same technique that the Yali used for cooking human flesh. Once everything is cooked, the juice of this red pandanus fruit will add flavor to the yams. Huluhe's family seem to have accepted Yos as a potential son-in-law. But Yos's family will have to pay several pigs to buy her. Pigs are central to Yali life. They are a family's main sign of wealth. Huluhe gives Yos some of the cooked yams, but since they're not married yet, he's not allowed to eat them with her. As Huluhe watches him leave, Joost takes his food back to the men's hut to eat.
Jangan beres. Om tuh sak balik.